From 1972 to 1993, David Cooper led the Madison Police Department, and since his retirement as chief, he's been concerned about the militarization of our nation's police.
He has written this book, Arrested Development, which looks at what's wrong with today's police departments and how to fix them. And we welcome David Cooper to Live at 5. Good to see you again, sir. It's been quite a while.
It's been a while.
Why did you write this book?
Well, actually was invited about 5-6 years after I'd retired. I was invited to a large conference in Washington to discuss Jim Collins' new book at the time, From Good to Great. He sent me a copy of it. I got excited about the book, a lot of application to police, I thought. I went to Washington, sat in this huge group of police chiefs for a while, and 10-15 minutes figured out nobody's read the book. And I was just really upset by the quality of the discussion and what anybody saw as possible things that we could use in policing. On the way back on the airplane, I had my legal pad. I wrote some notes about what I thought the 4 barriers were that were preventing police from moving forward. And
what are they?
Talk about my book. First of all, overall attitude of anti-intellectualism, that we can't learn anything from everybody else, from continuing not to require higher education. Second thing is use of violence, and we've seen that in the Occupy movement a lot, and quick resorting to violence, not looking at other ways. Third has to do with endemic corruption, continuing to hit a lot of our larger police departments and smaller departments as well. And then finally, this area of discourtesy.
You know, you mentioned as far as militarization goes that 9/11 played a crucial role in that change. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think everything changed after 9/11. I think the police sort of became our urban commandos. The National Guard was over in Iraq and Afghanistan, and police became, more and more militarized. Also, there was a lot of equipment, a lot of money, and our fear. And a lot of that was driven, I think, this country has been a state of fear from about that time on. And police jumped into that and very quickly got soft body armor and all kinds of technology things, and thinking that we can police communities by being smarter technologically speaking rather than interpersonally speaking. And I think that was the fault.
So how do we fix this?
Well, we fix this. I think we can fix this by a number of ways. Pretty much looking at what we did in Madison for over 20 years. I think Madison still is the model. I think we've got to have, police must have a very strong vision of what they want to be. I say in my book that one of the hallmarks of a democratic police is how they handle public protest. If your local police department is not handling public protest well, they're probably not being a very good police department.
We hear a lot about engagement from the police department, about engaging with the community. What are the best ways to do that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, one thing is be courteous. Be courteous to a fault. We've had this big problem in New York with the stop and frisk. 800,000 people, 80% of them people of color. What's going on? And when you talk about the quality of those stops, is that no one ever asks the police commissioner, the police chief, about how they do it, but do we need this? Yes, we need to do this. We need to stop these people. Okay. But no one has asked the question, well, how do we do that? Can we do this with dignity and respect and courtesy to another person? I think we learned that in Madison. You can get a lot of things done by having good and strong interpersonal skills. And that's by having smart cops who have an education, who understand the multicultural world in which we live.
So maybe your first contact with a police officer is not as when you're in trouble or someone else in trouble.
Yeah, and a lot of people, mainly people who are affluent and fairly well off in this community, don't have a lot of contact with police. But you talk to people who are poor and of color, they have a lot of contact with police, and they have a lot of opinions about that. I think what they have to say counts, and we need to think about it. Yeah. Supreme Court just today, 5-4 decision, right? Strip searching for minor offenses. That's foolish. I mean, I would hope that every police chief right now says, that's out. In my department, we're not going to strip search people for minor offenses.
The book is Arrested Development. You can get it online at Amazon.com, and you can also hear more from David Cooper. He'll be at a Room of One's Own bookstore on West Johnson, Thursday, April 19th. That starts at 6:30. Come and say hi and talk about the book. David Cooper, great to see you again.
Good to see you guys.
Thank you so much.